Aaron Judge is the biggest star in baseball. Literally. He's 6'7", 282 pounds. He's the captain of the most famous franchise in all of sports. And when he gets going, when he gets hot, he becomes the closest thing we've seen to a baseball god. But there's a massive flaw in his game that's drawn a lot of scrutiny, not just from rival fans, not just from critics, but from fans of his own team. Let's talk about it. Aaron James Judge was born in Linden, California in 1992. He was adopted one day after birth by Patty and Wayne Judge, both teachers. And from a young age, Aaron was massive. By the time he was a high school freshman, he was already 6'3". Baseball came naturally, but so did football and basketball. And when he graduated high school, he had offers from major football programs, including Notre Dame, Stanford, and UCLA. But he turned them down. He chose baseball. Judge went to Fresno State, where he mashed for 3 years. He hit .346 his sophomore year and followed it with a strong junior campaign, enough to earn him a first-round selection by the Yankees in the 2013 MLB draft. The Yankees saw what the rest of the sport was about to learn. This kid was different. Aaron Judge made his big league debut in 2016, and it was impossible to ignore, mostly due to the fact the dude was huge. And in his very first MLB at-bat, he homered. It was actually crazy because both him and Tyler Austin went back-to-back in their first plate appearances. So it was pretty crazy to see the baby bombers, as Michael Kay called it in the broadcast. But the rest of 2016 didn't quite go that way. Judge struggled. He hit just .179 with 42 strikeouts in 27 games. His OPS was .608. The whispers began. Maybe Judge is too big. Maybe he had too long of a swing. Maybe he had too much strikeout in it. But 2017, that was the year everything changed. Because in 2017, Aaron Judge had possibly the most explosive rookie season in baseball history. He hit 52 home runs, drove in 114 runs, walked 127 times, and his OPS, 1049. He wasn't just mashing. He was the centerpiece of a contending Yankees lineup that made it all the way to Game 7 of the ALCS. Judge won AL Rookie of the Year and finished second in MVP voting behind Jose Altuve. But what he really did was put the league on notice, because this was Aaron Judge's world now. We're just living in it. Or at least that's what we thought. But then injuries would define the next few seasons for him. In 2018, Judge hit .278 with 27 bombs and a .919 OPS, but he missed 50 games with a fractured wrist. 2019, more of the same. Another 27 home runs, but again, limited by injury. 2020, a pandemic-shortened season, and another IL stint. And by the time 2021 rolled around, the world had kind of forgotten how dominant a healthy Aaron Judge could be. But then he reminded them that year. 39 home runs, 98 RBI, a .916 OPS, in 148 games played. He was back. And it wasn't a bad season. It was actually a very good season, but it wasn't the season that we would soon come to expect from Aaron Judge, because nothing can prepare us for what happened in 2022. In 2022, Aaron Judge was something different. He chased history, and he caught it. In a year where pitching dominated the game, Judge slugged 62 home runs, breaking Roger Maris's all-time AL record. His season was superhuman. 62 bombs, 131 RBI, 111 walks, and an 1111 OPS. He led the league in everything: WAR, on-base percentage, slugging, home runs, RBI. He wasn't just the best player in baseball, he was performing at a level few players in the entire history of the sport ever have. He won the AL MVP in a landslide. And then came the free agency drama. Judge had turned down a massive extension the season prior. He bet on himself, and it was, at the time, the most successful bet on oneself any player had ever made. He was pursued heavily by a lot of other teams. San Francisco Giants were all in, and the Padres too. It even looked at one point that he'd signed elsewhere for a moment. John Heyman's now infamous Arson Judge tweet reported he was heading to San Francisco. But ultimately, Judge probably always intended to stay in the Bronx. Still, he did right by the Players Union and his fellow athletes by driving up the market and setting a precedent for production at his level. The result? 9 years, $360 million. The Yankees locked up their right fielder, and maybe more importantly, they named him their captain, the first man to hold that moniker since Derek Jeter retired. And so the Yankees and their new captain headed into 2023, which would be another twist in the story. Judge hurt his toe crashing through the wall at Dodger Stadium, a freak injury that would cost him nearly 2 months of the season. Still, he hit 37 home runs in just 106 games. That's a 56 home run pace over 162. His OPS was at 1019. The power hadn't gone anywhere, and if not for the injury, we might have seen back-to-back 60-homer seasons. Now we move into 2024 and 2025. It's just been more of the same, if not better. He's been on the field, and when he's on the field, he hits. He's over 250 career home runs, and he's over 600 RBI. His career OPS sits at 970, one of the best of the entire modern era of baseball. And in 2026, he's going to be the captain of Team USA in the upcoming World Baseball Classic. He's going to be looking to win it all after their heartbreaking loss in the last championship game in 2023. But still, we haven't forgotten what we said at the start of this video, because as great as he's been, there's still the one issue, and that issue is the postseason. Judge's postseason OPS is under 750. In 44 career playoff games, he's hit just 211. Sure, he's always a power threat, and he's been a power threat in the postseason, but he's also struck out more than once per game. It's 65 Ks in 44 games. And he's had big playoff moments, especially early in his career, but when the Yankees have needed him most, in October, it hasn't been good. And that one flaw, the thing that we started off this video by talking about, the only thing keeping him from being the guy, it's that postseason performance. So will he be an all-time great? Yeah. Will he be one of the greatest players of all time? Yes. Will he be the greatest Yankee of all time? I don't know, that might sound ridiculous. After all, he's chasing some ghosts. Ruth, Gehrig, Mantle, DiMaggio, Rivera. How can one man rise above all of that history? Well, the answer's simple. He has to win. Every one of those players I just named won several championships for the Yankees. Aaron Judge has yet to win, and some would say he had a pretty key role in losing the one that he appeared in last season. The number of championships Judge brings home to the Bronx will define whether he ends his career remembered as a Hall of Famer or something far greater, because he's already the captain. He's already a modern legend. But will he go down as the greatest to ever wear the pinstripes? Only time will tell. And that's what makes him so damn compelling. He's Aaron Judge, and we've never really seen anything like him. If you guys could like the video and subscribe, Anthony and I absolutely love working on this channel, and if you guys could help make this as successful as we want it to be, that would be awesome. Thanks.